Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ananda, for this opportunity to expose our ideas. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Now we are having Prakhar Guchar to present his work. Prakhar, you can start.
Hello, am I audible to all of
Yes,
you?
you are. Yes, you are audible.
First of all, very heartful thanks to the Graysky team for providing me such an opportunity to present my project, little one, to the industrialist or the technician present over here. And so, firstly, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Prakhar Gujar. I am basically from Jaipur, Rajasthan, the second year student of Electronics and Communication branch from National Institute of Technology of Kurukshetra, and I'm currently pursuing the course. And in the starting of the lockdown,
Sir, please try to make it fast.
okay, fine. So let's me begin with my work. As I believe in presenting the work practically, so I have the Jupyter notebook. Over there, I put the code and all my data related to it, and I would like to show to you. And with this, I present the theory and code part side by side parallelly. So let me present the screen. I hope screen is visible to all of you.
Yeah, it's visible. You'll be given 10 minutes. Please try to complete in the specified time.
Okay. I will try my best. First of all, I would like to introduce my topic, housing price prediction. So first, I would like to tell about you the topic. It's related to the housing price prediction. We can predict, use the machine learning algorithm and various advanced techniques to predict the house price basis on their locations and various locality, religious culture, depending on like countries and different continents. So I have the key features, point, pride prediction on the basis of various factors. Okay, then analysis of each factor and their correlation with. I concern that in data science, the most important part here is EDA, as the sir already mentioned, exploratory data analysis. It shows that what the basic aim or what the basic idea behind the concept of any project we will apply. After that, third, apply various basic and advanced machine learning theorem. And at last, advanced library in order to get least error and hence best accuracy. At last, all the data scientists want that error is much least and the output is much best. So here is the in the first code. You can see I have taken the data from GitHub account. Over there it is the code. You can simply proceed with the pd.read csv if the data is within your laptop available. I'm extracting it online. So over here I have taken the data above 20,000 housing price data to be used for input in to be feeding in the algorithm. So here is my the table. So you can see the features over here. Longitude, latitude means position of the house. Housing median age, how much the house built, and after that total room available in the available in the activity or the area. After that total bedrooms and the population in the particular area. Then households, how much household. After that, most important thing is in lakhs income, median income the person is generating over there. It increases the chance of buying the house. And then median house value which we want to predict from the factors. And at last, ocean proximity, the availability of river foundation, fountains and the oceans river little bit. So here is the over there ocean proximity I have used nearby, and we will see forward what we use. In the next, I use housing.info in order to get the empty or vacant spaces. But in my data, it is no concern since only total bedroom is lacking some data which will not affect our prediction. At last, I proceed with the ocean proximity. As I promised to show you the five feature I have used, less than 1 hour to the ocean, inland, near ocean, near bay, and island. So you can generate most of the houses we seeing is less than the 1 hour of ocean, means ocean proximity is quite high and quite medium averaging. Here I have described, you can see over here, the data is already standardized. You can see the median house value, median income, and mostly the total room, total bedroom, population, household, which can be correlated, are in the same range of values. So normalization is not basically most useful thing we have to do. After that, as I mentioned, the visualization. I consider that visualization is the most benefit way to gain the insight from the data, which must be an aim of all the data scientists out there to visualize data, take the insight, and tell about them to the concerned facility faculty. Um, so here are shown the data. You can see the household, housing median age, latitude. Some of them are skewness, some are normally distributed. So this is the data. Most of other skew. After that, I generally use the trend test split. Mostly we have done to later part. I will show you. Just mention it here that we can use the data to split. Mostly 20% I basically use in the test site and 80% data in the trend set. As I to further moving, import numpy function and income categories I have divided to reduce less complexity. I have divided into the event. You can see, and I plotted the histogram. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 5 categories I am putting them. Mm, After that, I have sklearn.model selection. I have used import stratified shuffle split. I consider it the most of the important split because data is equally divided and we get the best. Sometimes what happen na, and sometimes we get the same kind of data in the test set and some kind in the trend set. Then we get totally high error and mostly our algorithm and our prediction factor is failed. So I use the stratified shuffle split over here. Um, see, After that I have introduced the value count value and some feature over here. Again, visualization. As I already told you, the visualization is the most important factor. Here you can see the correlation too between the latitude and longitudinal, which I have plotted over here. In advance to this, you can use the alpha vector to differentiate the most of the values over here. To see You can see the difference in both the figures, and in the next one you may be seeing most accurate figure. Over here you can compare the best value by using their numbers too. Over right you can see the color graph, which is increasing, darkening as per their value. Okay, so you can see over there. After that, I use the correlation matrix. The correlation matrix simplify all the factor that which one is most important to this. So as I already told you that median income is highly dependent on the house value. If over the locality median income is more, the house price will be high, because as people want to search houses over there for their better job and their nearer companies area. All after that, total rooms come and housing median come. After that you can see the negative correlation, which is not much correlated but somehow have some value. I important the scatter matrix too in the form of plotting, because from the plots you can much more easily optimize data. So you can see, I already told median house value is much related to the median income. You can see the correlated data, highly correlated data, and median income with housing median housing median type is not much correlated over there. Uh, Next, I mention over it here separately. You can see the kind scatter x is equal to median income, x to median income, y is equal to median house value. So you can see over there also. Now I have divided it rooms per household, better per room, population per household, for better intuition. So at last I again showed it housing. At last I have used function simple imputer. The data which I divided earlier with the stratified shuffle split. So I used over here a simple imputer function, and I used the strategy to median. So you can see I have also shown below imputer.transform I have used, and you can see there are no null values. So I am my strategy is successful, and I have used the simple imputer function. So I found it better instead of using zero or minus one technique, anything else. Here I putting median, and since we are using and working on the regression problem, which is linear type, there are two types: logistic and linear. Over here, linear. So in linear, I prefer to be using median strategy, and mostly in the logistic, I prefer mode. So this is the best function I found over here and used it. Later on, I have the one function auction proximity, which I already told about you. So I would like to convert it to the numerical value so that I can apply it to the algorithm. So in linear algorithm, we can't use test. Language processing is not of use of here, much use. So I will be converting it to the numerical value. So I use the ordinal encoder method. You can use one hot encoder too, but I prefer this because it is much easier to use, and I think the result will be much better by using this. So I used ordinal encoder, and you can see the changement. Less than one H ocean converted to zero, near ocean to the 4 value. So you can simplify it to that value. Next, we feature scaling. The most important feature I view understand in machine learning too is that sklearn library. Library is much beneficial and widely used machine learning in the machine learning project or algorithm. So I use from sklearn.pipeline import pipeline. Pipeline do the thing that it combine the two or three operator which we have to apply, like two or three function together we have to apply and fit and transform it in the prediction data. So we can do it this by this way. Like I have used over this year is pipeline, imputer and standard scalar. I have combinedly used, and I've defined it in the num pipeline. After that, I have used num pipeline dot fit transform to fit the data. And in the below section, I also use column transform to adjust the auction proximity also to with the currently data. So as I already divided the function using stratify, shuffle, split, now only remain to provide this linear regression. So from sklearn library, which is a widely used library in the machine learning and various data science project, I use linear regression, and I fitted in the housing prepare housing labels, which I already defined it in the code section above. So I predicted the value. So over you can see the prediction value, 4 to 5 prediction value here is shown for just a sample. So I have used, and last, and in the forward section I have used the decision tree regression in order to find the mean square error. I would like to tell you that mean square error, the method I have used to see whether the which function give me the best result for my prediction, for my algorithm, for my project. So over here I have used from sklearn.model selection import cross validation score. You all know very well known about the cross value score. It is the must best as per I concern and most of the faculty data scientists concerned, because it divided the test and 10 set into the like here in my case 10 parts, and at one time it be to one to the test set, another to the trend set, and simply goes on. So it will give the best intuition and best output from this. So over here I use the mean square error, when I get it to be the approach 69,000, almost 70,000 to this error. But I have to reduce this error because this is only the one algorithm I applied. I have to reduce this, and at last I have to reach to the best function in order to get the least RMSE value. So I have used the cross value score again in the negative mean square value, and now I got the mean error to 70,000. It's not much reduced here. but in some cases you can see it will reduce, and we don't know which algorithm will work better way, which can give us reduced, but we can only try and find the best result by using the various algorithm. Like here I have used random forest regression. So I've written the code, you can see, and here I again use the cross value score for random forest regression, and now I get the least error. You can see it reduces up to 20,000 value, which is a much best result. Only 50,000 mean error I got here. At last, not only this, we can find the best parameter. As you all know, hyperparameter tuning and grid search CV, grid search CV. So we can find the estimator. There are various estimator values in all of the algorithm. So what is the best value to pick up for an data scientist or a project researcher? So I use certain values and I will find out which is the best value. So which I have to put in the my algorithm to get the best result. So I have used the param grid column. You can now see over here an estimator. There is three value max features. I have used 2, 4, 6, 8 bootstrap, false, and estimators I have used. So I use the grid search CV and perform the, and then I have called the function grid search dot best estimator for the value. So over here you can see I get various means. So you can pick up the smallest one, smallest error. I have seen over is 50,232 mean error. So it is obtained by putting the value maximum features to 4 and an estimator to 30. So whenever you are trying to put the value or fix the algorithm to given data to the algorithm, you can take the value of the maximum features to 4 and an estimator to the 30 to get better output. At last, in the short time, I have covered most of my data as I have limited time. So if any question you have, then you can ask for from me. That's all from my
Yep.
side.
Nice presentation, Gurjar. Well, what I would just like to understand, please go to that portion of the cell where you have done the stratified split.
Okay, wait a minute, sir. Over here, sir.
Yes. You have said random state equals to 42. What is the reason for this?
Uh, Sir, it is much wide, and when I will starting it, I also doubt what is the random state. I can ask this question from many of my faculty and the seniors too. It is
What is the answer? You directly
yes,
tell me
sir.
the answer. Yeah.
Yes, yes, sir. Sir, as much as I know, it is the state where you can, like, sir, we are dividing the test size in 20%, so that the
Right.
data in 20% is stored in a particular random state, which is 42. So whenever we want that data back, or that what is the stored in the 20%,
No,
we can
it is
use the
for the
random
reproduction,
42.
same reproduction of
Reproduction,
result. If
same
someone else is
reproduction.
trying to test it and should get the same split that has been used in
Yeah,
your
yeah,
test, that is why the
yeah.
random state number is given and the same number is repeated. That now, if you want to have a random kind of a split where the order is not maintained, what will you do?
So we can use the random state is equal to
Equals to
42. 42.
no, where the consistency is not preserved, then what will you do?
Consistency. Sir, then I will
You need
not
to
use.
find it out, right? You find it out. There is no harm in that. The second is that you have stated right in the beginning that since the data you find is already normalized, which I do not agree with you, I do not find the data normalized at all. But then finally, again, you have normalized it. What is the reason of claiming it at normalized in the beginning and then again you are going for
Sir,
normalization at last?
I claimed it in such a way, like I told it like this. I'm told in the 3 to 4 features only, like it is normalized to me. Like you can see, total bedroom, population, household. You can see over here too, and the describe. Sir, you can see the total bedroom, total rooms population. The data is in the 1,000 terms. So I prescribably mentioned for these three features, not for the whole
With
data.
whom you are trying to normalize this? Because if you want to normalize, you can even normalize the entire data set so that they can come in the range of 0 to 1 or the -1 to +1, whatever it
Yeah, yeah,
feels
yeah.
like.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We
Some
can.
portion you are, I have never heard of that. Some portion you are normalizing, some portion you are
No, no,
not
sir.
normalizing. I mean,
I've just said that they are already in the same range 1,000. I
no,
don't
how does it
saying.
matter? How does it matter? How do you ensure that
Just
they
I
are
am
not really influencing your regression? That is one. Second is,
yes, sir.
third is that you have used a term that let's say we are doing this type of thing for linear regression, and there are two types of regression. One is linear and this is logistic.
Yes.
So what do you mean by saying that there is another kind of regression that is logistic? By logistic regression model, can we really do regression? That's what I would like to understand.
No, sir. I'm just differentiating, just mentioning it. It's not for the
See,
any kind of
regression,
purpose.
no, see, your y, that is the dependent variable, which is the y, and the x is the independent variable. Now, y can be of two different types. One is a continuous type, another
Yeah,
is a discrete type.
yeah, yeah.
Now,
That's why we.
essentially, when you are using logistic regression, it creates an asymptotic curve, right? It
Yes, sir.
tends to 0, tends to 1. It never meets if you see the mathematics behind it. So now
Yeah.
logistic regression is essentially being used for categorical, for classification tasks, not for regression, although both are
Yes.
parts of supervised. But only if you have categorical data, then you are supposed to use logical
Yes,
regression.
sir.
But then in case you have used linear regression, like random forest or whatever you have used, you are supposed to have a a continuous sort of data on which you are dealing. So now
And
here, what is the y-axis here for you? I mean, not the
so,
y-axis. What is the y component, the dependent variable here for you?
sir, why median house value price prediction?
Median household. So obviously, in that case, can you use logistic regression anyways?
No, no, sir. Actually, I'm just differentiated it. It is no use
No,
over here.
don't do this
I
differentiation while you are talking only about
Okay, okay,
regression, because
okay,
that will
okay,
give
sir.
a wrong impression to the evaluator,
Okay,
right?
okay, fine, sir.
Otherwise, you have worked a lot, beautiful EDA you have done,
Thanks
but
for
then again,
suggestion, sir.
on that you are having a lot of potential. Of course, I would rather suggest you that whatever your foundations are getting strong day by day, that is true. But at the same point of time, if you can also incorporate some of your own contribution in this, so that you can turn these into some kind of a findings, and novelty should be there, and confirm it as, and you can publish it at somewhere at some good conference or research
Yes, sir.
journals or places like that, which will be definitely an add-on to your CV,
Yes, sir.
right?
So daily
So try
basis
to
on
think in that
learning.
line.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you.
Learning. Uh, anything else?
One question from my side, that
Yes,
you
yes,
have
ma'am.
chosen four features
Yes.
or attributes for your thing. Is there any specific reason behind that?
Sir, pardon, ma'am. Unable to understand your question, ma'am.
No, you have told that you have not used all the attributes of the data set for your prediction.
No, I have used almost all which I mentioned over here.
Now you said you have chosen
You,
four different
so you have
attributes
chosen only
specifically.
four, only you have chosen, like that only you have claimed, but how come that four is being chosen? Does your
Yes, yes,
model,
yes.
regression model, is accepting all the attributes of the data, or just only a selected set of attributes? Yeah, here you, just go back. You
Yes,
have
yes.
given here attributes equal to,
Ma'am, this one is for the only scatter matrix I have used.
okay,
This is for
okay,
only for the scatter matrix,
okay.
and
What is the input data you are passing on to your model?
ma'am, I've used all the attributes. You can see in the stratify shuffle split too. I've used all the attributes. You can see too that I have converted auction proximity in the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so that I can use it in the algorithm. So I've used all the attribute. You can see.
Okay, the correlation matrix you have
Yes, ma'am.
obtained, no? What is the inference that you get out of it?
Ma'am, correlation matrix. You can let me shown to figure. Huh? Over here you can see the figure. So ma'am, like for the median house value to median income, you can see the correlation matrix graph. From this you can take the intuition that it is a correlated. Both the function are correlated. If you change the value in one, like the median income, that it will give the result in change in the median house value too. You can see the graph, it is somehow the linear line come over here, you can see. It is core, and you can see the value over here is, I find that median house value related to median house income to 0.68. You can see it means it has a sufficient correlation, means more than sufficient you can say, because it is more than 0.5. So they are both correlated. In the case you can see in the total bedroom, over here they are correlated to only 0.04 times. So this is so over here you can say that it is less correlated, but somehow it has some correlation, but it is some less correlated. So you can see that median income has the more dependency on the median house value. So
Okay, then what I see from the correlation matrix is there are certain attributes which have a negative correlation. That means
yes,
they are not very related with that. For example, population, longitude, latitude.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So my suggestion would be that you just go with some methods to filter out the important features that might be associated with the median house value prediction.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that it will be
Yes, I
helpful for
understand
you.
that.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for suggestion.
Thank you so much, Prakash, for presenting. Thank you so much, judges, for reviewing the work. It's really great. Thanks for your valuable feedback.
Thanks to the judges for the valuable feedback. I think it is a great takeaway from the today's conference. Their advices and feedback. I think it will be a great benefit for the presenters today. Thank you all.
Thanks a lot, and hope to see you all soon in some other event. Yeah, thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, professor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.